A warning from Beirut is now echoing across the Gulf. A Lebanese lawmaker says any U.S. attack on Iran would be met not with hesitation, but with missiles. As Washington boosts its regional military presence, Tehran's allies are raising the stakes, and the message is blunt. American warships could be sent to the seabed. A fresh warning tied to rising U.S.-Iran tensions. Hassan Ezzeddine, a member of the Lebanese parliament, says any American military strike on Iran would trigger what he calls the Islamic Republic's decisive missile force. His message: U.S. naval threats will not go unanswered, and American vessels could be sunk. Ezzeddine made the remarks while addressing the ongoing indirect nuclear negotiations between Tehran and Washington. He said Iran entered talks from a position of faith and strength, insisting the country's stance is not weak, but fully powerful. At the same time, he acknowledged the strength of the United States and its allies, framing the negotiations as engagement from a position of capability, not concession. The lawmaker rejected any suggestion that Iran would raise the white flag. According to him, Tehran will neither retreat from what it views as its rights, nor bargain away its national interests, security, or political system. The message was clear. Diplomacy is on the table. Surrender is not.
Allah.
Ezzeddine stressed that the current negotiations are limited strictly to the nuclear file. Within that framework, he said, a solution is possible, but only if it is based on equality and mutual respect. Any attempt to expand the talks beyond that scope, he implied, would face resistance. But the sharper warning came when he addressed the possibility of military escalation. If diplomacy fails and Washington opts for force, Ezzeddine claimed U.S. intelligence agencies and satellite surveillance do not fully understand the scope of Iran's military capabilities. He spoke of surprising tools and capabilities that adversaries have yet to see. The remarks come after repeated U.S. military threats and additional American deployments to the region. Washington has described its posture as necessary amid heightened tensions. Tehran and its allies, however, frame the buildup as pressure tactics.
A surge in the skies. According to the open-source intelligence monitor, at least 9 C-17 military transport aircraft are now en route toward the Middle East. Hours later, that number appeared to grow. Reports indicate at least 10 U.S. Air Force C-17A Globemaster III aircraft airborne from the U.S. East Coast, bound for Europe. Flight tracking data shows many of these aircraft originating from Fort Hood, Texas. The heavy-lift C-17 is designed to transport troops, armored vehicles, missile systems, and air defense platforms across continents in a single hop. When multiple Globemasters launch within hours of each other, it signals movement at scale. The open-source intelligence monitor describes the flow as endless weapons and equipment now being sent toward the region. While official Pentagon confirmation remains limited, analysts tracking military logistics believe the flights could be linked to repositioning air defense assets closer to the Middle East theater. Then comes a striking headline from RT News. Pentagon biggest buildup at Iran's door since 2003 Iraq invasion. The outlet claims this is the most significant concentration of U.S. military assets near Iran since the run-up to the Iraq War. That comparison alone raises eyebrows.
2003 marked one of the largest U.S. force mobilizations in modern history. One location drawing attention is Sultan Air Base. According to RT News, it is the last time such a Pentagon mass was seen at the facility. Historically, Sultan Air Base has served as a strategic launch and logistics hub for U.S. operations in the Gulf region. Increased activity there suggests forward positioning, not routine training. So, what might be moving? The C-17 can carry Patriot missile batteries, counter-drone systems, radar platforms, and rapid response troops. If air defense assets are indeed being deployed, that would point to preparations aimed at shielding bases and allies from potential missile or drone threats. A narrow diplomatic window, a token nuclear compromise, and, on the other end of the spectrum, a strike on Iran's supreme leader. As Washington weighs its next move, President Trump is facing two radically different paths: a limited enrichment deal with Tehran or military options that could redraw the region overnight. Behind closed doors, the Trump administration is weighing starkly different options on Iran. According to Axios, U.S. officials say Washington could consider allowing limited or token nuclear enrichment, but only if it leaves no pathway to a bomb. Publicly, the U.S. position remains zero enrichment on Iranian soil. At the same time, President Trump has been presented with military options that go far beyond targeted strikes on nuclear facilities. One scenario discussed in briefings would directly target Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and his inner circle, including his son Mujtaba. Sources say multiple strike options are on the table. Diplomatically, Iran is expected to submit a written proposal within days. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has indicated the draft will include political commitments and technical measures to ensure the nuclear program remains peaceful. U.S. officials say the proposal must be detailed and convincing to overcome skepticism inside the administration. The two sides remain publicly divided. Tehran insists it will not give up its right to enrichment. Trump has repeatedly said Iran must not enrich uranium at all. Yet behind the scenes, mediators from Oman and Qatar are urging both sides to craft a deal that allows each to claim victory.